Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome to a speed building video. Today we are going to be completely rebuilding the Copperdale High School in the new expansion pack high school years. I was not planning on getting this pack this soon, but my husband surprised me and purchased it for me, which I'm super excited about. So the first thing I go and do is rebuild the high school, which I was working on my Let's Play family that I was going to do the university Let's Play for. But I think now that I have this pack, I may start it when she is in high school. So I completely redid that family, and now I've been working on building them up. She's a child right now, so I've been working on doing that to get her prepared to go to high school, and then I think that's when I'm going to start my new Let's Play, and then that way we can play with her through high school and university and basically through life. I think it'll be super fun. But I really wanted to redo the high school. I loved the high school that came with it, but I feel like it kind of didn't fit in with the world. I don't know. But I rebuilt it, and I absolutely love the way that I built it. I went ahead and built the main part of it and did the front landscape because it took me forever to do, so I just cut that out. I hope you guys don't mind, but I figured we can do the rest of the build together. And I love the way that it turned out. It did take me forever, like I said, because I was going through the catalog and looking at all the new items. I absolutely love everything that has come with this pack. So much great stuff, but it took me forever. So we are moving on to the interior, and I'm trying to get the layout figured out and kind of how I want everything set up, which I went to school in America, and in my high school we had kind of like a lobby that you would walk into, and then off to the side is where your like receptionist would be, and your offices, like your principal and your counselor, and like a meeting room set. So I did base a lot of this off of my own high school experience. It's not exact, but it is kind of the same layout and kind of what I based everything off of. And then as you go off to the other side, I do have our library and computer room, and then also a cafeteria. I do manage to get in a room for all of the after school activities, like your computer club, your chess club, the cheerleading and football. I also add in a music and art room as well, which I thought was really cool because I had music and art when I was in high school, and I know that's not technically like a club in the game, but I thought it would be really cool for the students to have. So talking about what I've already decorated, I'm moving on to decorating the lobby now. I do jump back and forth in the lobby and add things as I go, but the cafeteria, I love the way that it turned out. I think this would be such a fun cafeteria to eat in. I love that wall painting, that wall mural on the cafeteria wall. I do have to eventually get rid of that because I have to put doors to the outside there, which I hated because I really wanted to use this in this high school, because in my high school I remember having a huge wall that the art class painted, and it was so cool. They did such a good job, but I wanted to keep that, but I do have to get rid of it. And then I've just put in some lockers here on the bottom floor. I also get lockers on the upper floor as well, and they are two different colors. I remember in my high school, which I went to high school in America, we had different colored lockers for different grades. So whatever grade you was, what color locker you were in. I don't know if that was how like other high schools have done it, so let me know down below if you had different color lockers for whatever grade you were in. But I do put that in here because I thought it was a cool idea. I know that the lockers don't work that way, but I just thought it was really cool. So I get some red ones down on the bottom, and then I get some yellow ones up top. And then right now I am working on the receptionist area. I love the way that this turned out as well. When I was building this, I did not realize that you had a faculty door and then like a door for everyone to walk through. So I accidentally put the wrong door on the library, so the students would not have been able to get in there. So I do do fix that and get those fixed and switched. And then I do put the faculty door here to where the receptionist sits, and then the principal's office and a conference table room will be in here as well. I did not have a good high school experience. I hated high school. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. I remember having to be called into that conference room by one of my biology teachers, and it was like a whole meeting with like the principal and counselor and my mom, and it was just absolutely horrible. I felt like I had no support from my teachers at all, and like, I mean, I did all the homework, I did the testing, I did everything. I don't know, high school was really hard for me, and I just did not like it. I think everyone goes through that feeling of, not really fitting in. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but anyway, I did not like high school. I did not have great experiences, and it was not good, but I got out of there and my life is much better now. But hopefully my experience of high school in The Sims will be a ton better, and I will love high school again. But here I am decorating the principal's office, and I loved pushing these end tables together. I love these end tables that we got with the new pack. I love the way they look, and I will probably be using them a lot more. But I pushed them together, kind of make it look like a bigger kind of table, which I thought looked really good in here, because I know that they'd probably have a lot of paperwork they'd have to store, and it just makes it look a little bit cleaner. And then I'm moving on to the conference room after this, and I do get a really big table in there for multiple people to sit, and then a nice little like clutter area. And it just has, I just put like paperwork and different clutter. I love the clutter that had come with this pack. I will be using it a lot. It just gives us so much more option for clutter, and I just love clutter. But I also get a teacher's lounge over here right off of that conference room, which I love. I never saw the conference room, the teacher's lounge. A teacher's lounge. I get a teacher's lounge off of the conference room. I never saw the teacher lounge in my school. I do not know what it looked like, but in here I do get a fridge, a microwave, a lot of cabinets, a table for them to sit at. I figured they'd be sitting there like grading their papers or getting ready for their next lesson. And then I also put a couple couches in there for them to relax, just somewhere a place to eat like their lunch, and just kind of relax maybe before their next class. I would imagine being a teacher would be very stressful. I think teachers are extremely underpaid, which, I am in America, and I just feel like they have a lot to deal with, like multiple kids, and they are responsible for those kids and, teaching them. But I think that they are not given what they deserve, that is for sure. But I think they deserve a lot more. But they have this nice little place in The Sims where they can go and relax and eat a good lunch, and maybe catch up on some work as well, catch up with other teachers, and just have a nice place for them to go and kind of escape for a little bit. But here I am moving back into the lobby. I love these new benches that snap together as well. They look so good. And then I do make sure to put a ton of trash cans everywhere, because I remember in high school we had trash cans like everywhere. Every corner you turned, there was a trash can. Which is good. It helps keep the area clean. But here I am working on the library area. I figured this little area that I'm making right now would be kind of where your librarian sat, and maybe like the kids who were using the library as their like study hall, that they could sit back there behind this desk and, help put away the books and organize things. But I do get a little area back here, and I just clutter it up a lot with a lot of those cards. I love these cards that came with the pack as well. I love how much stuff you can fit on there. You can fit so much clutter items. It looks so good. But I do get multiple of those, and I just put a ton of bookshelves. I do get a lot of tables with computers, and then I have some open tables as well with no computers, so you can go in there and do your homework, hang out with students, and but we do get computers in this room as well, and then I also have a specific computer room for the computer club. I remember being in a couple different clubs in high school. I know that I was in the history club. I was also in French club. I think that was about it. I could have been in more clubs. I do not know. But those are the two that I remember the most. I also was a part of an after-school D&D, which is Dungeons and Dragons. I loved playing that in high school, and I always had really, really great fun with that. It was always part of my language arts teacher. They had this D&D club, and I loved being a part of it. But I did not do any high school sports. I did do drama club. Oh, I was in drama club. Yeah. Drama. I did a few plays during my high school career, but it would be very interesting knowing what kind of clubs or after school activities you guys are in. So if you want to leave a comment down below, I would love to see that. But here I am moving on to the upstairs, and I do get bathrooms, 2 bathrooms up here. I love the new stalls that came with the pack as well. And then I do end up getting more bathrooms downstairs, and I just copy and paste these bathrooms and put them downstairs. But the bathroom stuff that came with this pack, like I love it so much. But I do get like your sinks, your mirrors, your paper towel dispensers, trash cans, hand sanitizer. Definitely need that. And then just some motivational posters that I figured would be in the bathroom, that you would always see. We always had writing on the inside of our stalls, like no matter what, all of our stalls had writing on them. So I thought that it would be really cool to see if they had those in The Sims. That would be really neat. But they do not. They're very clean. And our bathrooms were not that clean in high school. But it's really fun. I still love the way that they turned out and they're very spacious. And then this is where I get my classrooms as well. All my classrooms are going to be up here. I end up getting a total of 5 classrooms, and then I also put in like a science lab, which I know they're not going to use that for school, but I thought it was a fun idea, because I remember us having a science lab. We had like a specific area, where you would go to dissect your frogs and do all those, like chemical reactions and all of that stuff. So I do end up using one of those kids like science stations that they have in the game, which I don't know if teenagers can use that or if it's just kids, but I do end up putting one of those in there, and I guess we'll see if the teenagers can use it or not. I don't know, but I thought it looked really cool, so I definitely left it in there. But here's the science lab that I'm talking about, and I think it turns out really cool. I think it's a really cool idea. And if anything, they can just go in there and study if they need some place quiet to study, since it's not going to be like an active room. So I thought that would be really fun, and I just pulled a whole bunch of different like clutter items that I thought would look, science-y and like biohazard. But yeah, I just fill that up, get some medical utensils in there as well. I figured, after they've dissected their frog and they pretended that little thing on the left was an autoclave so they could sterilize it. But I had fun with this room. This room was really fun. And I just put a bunch of science posters. And then this is when I realized that I forgot to add windows to the back and the sides of my build. So I tried to squeeze those in really quick, and it turns out okay. It does seem a little like I don't have a lot of windows on the back, but I still think it turns out okay. At least each classroom has a window, which is good. The lab room does not, which I thought that would be okay. I figured there may not be a window in there, so I left that. And then here I am. I just copied and pasted those bathrooms to the downstairs, and this is when I decide that I want to add in the music and art room, which that will be that room right there. And then I also go to the back of the build, and that's where I add in the 3 other rooms for football cheerleading is one room, and then I have the chess and the computer club room. But I'm just adding it onto the back here, and then this back does end up completely changing because I do add a covered balcony off of the cafeteria where I thought that they could go outside and eat if they wanted, and then I do get a fenced in back like play yard area where I have a whole basketball court and different fun things to do. But I am working on the cheerleading / football room, and I figured it would just be kind of like a workout room. I put in a couple treadmills, a couple weight benches, and then this punching bag as well, and then a lot of trophies in the trophy cases. But and maybe some, like, I also put some footballs and soccer balls in there. They fit. So I figured that would be like their winning football or their winning soccer ball that like the team signed that year or something, and they kept it in their trophy case, which I thought was really cool. And then here I am moving on to the computer room. It took me a little bit to find exactly what I wanted to put in here, but I do figure it out, and I think it turns out really cool. I would love to be part of the computer room or the computer club if I was back in high school, going to this school, but I do get tons of computers in here, and then I just grab a bunch of clutter that looked, techie, which I figured maybe this was like an AV club as well. And so I put like the camera. I was going to put a TV in here, but then I decided against it because I figured that your Sims would just go in here and watch TV all the time, which is not what I wanted as part of high school. So I decided not to do that, and I just put a whole bunch of different posters and paintings, definitely of The Sims, because I figured it's a gaming club in The Sims, so of course they're gonna play The Sims. And then I do get the chess club in here. I get 3 chess boards, and then I just end up putting bookcases over here on the other side, maybe to increase their logic skill if they want. And then I do find those like chess piece lights, and I raise them up and put them up on the cabinets, which I thought fit perfectly in this room. So I thought that that's really cool. It gives it like a cool glow. But here I am moving on to the music and art room. I do put music and art together, so like kind of one half is art and then the other half is music. But I thought that it would be really fun for your Sims to come in here and maybe develop some more of their skills while they're at school if they have free time, or if you're spending time after school and they're not necessarily in a club, they could practice music or art, or maybe kind of create their own group and have an art group or a music club or something of their own that they've created. And I thought this would be really fun to add this room in as well. And then I get this big island in the middle, which I thought was pretty cool, with a couple of the new clutter item that's it's got like a box and a cutting mat with scissors and pens, so like they each have their own individual like crafty station. I thought was really cool. And then here I am working on the kind of like the main hallway as well. I get a few more lockers and definitely a ton more benches and trash cans and posters, and just kind of repeat that kind of decoration throughout the build. Just what you would typically have in a high school hallway. So I do add that, and then I think I get a few more lights in here. The wall sconces, I add those in, and some banners and posters, and then I will be moving on to the outside of the build where I add in the basketball court. And I never use a full basketball court, so I was really excited to be able to use a full one. I know they don't play it that way, but I thought it looks so cool. I absolutely love it. And then I end up fencing the whole thing in, and I was going to add like a skating rink or roller rink, since we didn't have like a tennis court or anything like that. I thought a tennis ball court would be so good out here with the basketball court, but since we don't have that, I was gonna add a roller rink in, but I decided against it as well. It kind of looked a little funny, so I didn't add it. But I end up fencing this whole area in. I get in a couple sets of monkey bars and some swing sets. I do put some garden planters out here too. I figured that would be a good skill for your Sims to practice as well. Maybe they have like a gardening club. I thought that would be really fun. And then I do get a couple cheer mats out here as well, so you can practice cheerleading. I also put a couple patio tables out on the concrete area and then underneath this little porch area as well. I thought it would be fun for your Sims to come out and eat lunch outside if it was nice, which we never had outdoor seating at my high school, but I wish we would have. I feel like it would have, just got some fresh air. I thought that'd be really nice to have in high school. But we did not have it, so I definitely put it in The Sims. And I really love the way that this build ended up turning out. I cannot wait to play with my Let's Play. I want to get started on that so bad, but I've been playing it a lot. I will have a couple more builds probably going up. I want to get those out, and then we'll start our Let's Play as soon as she gets into high school, and hopefully we will be coming here and we'll get to actually play with this high school, and it'll be so fun. We are almost to the screenshot, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would really love to have you a part of my channel. If you have any comments or suggestions, please be sure to leave them down below. I would love to see them, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!